Hey everyone, Derek here with a quick news update on Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, as the latest issue of Famitsu had a pretty lengthy interview with director Junichi Masuda about the games, and he revealed quite a lot. Now again, this is a long interview, so I'm not going to go over everything about it. You can actually read it yourself, and we'll have a link to it in the description below, and we should also thank Nintendo Everything for their translation. But as for the interview itself, he said that the goal is to bring those who play Go and those who play the main series together, so they wanted to update the graphics without making them too realistic. But they also wanted to express a sense of gentleness and ease throughout the game world, so they made sure to use classical instruments. They also wanted to incorporate the best mechanics from both series in order to find a happy medium. And there was actually a lot of debate among the team about the new catching mechanic. Masuda actually compared the classic catching to fishing, while the new mechanic is more like bug catching. But he also knows that not everybody likes every change, so he wants to make sure future games reflect the feedback they receive, both good and bad. But as far as other changes, such as to the story, it really isn't that different from the original Yellow. However, he did want to implement supplementary features to make the world a little easier to navigate and find the next objective. But as far as the battle mechanics, those are largely the same. Now, he also talked a little bit about being able to see Pokemon on the overworld, and he said the reason this was done is that the more he thought about catching like bug catching, the more it made sense to have Pokemon viewable on the map. And they really did want to go as far as they could with this, so each Pokemon has fitting animation characteristics. However, many noted that there are size differences between the same Pokemon, much like in Go, where some are larger, some are smaller, and the game keeps track of this. However, the Pokemon size won't affect their strength. They're more about giving a sense of difference among your favorites. Now, Pikachu has had an established voice ever since the beginning of the anime, but Eevee really hasn't, so they actually had an extensive audition for the voice of Eevee where they brought in over 100 people and listened to their interpretations. But they also made sure not to look at the actor's name because they just wanted to get the best interpretation of Eevee's voice. But Eevee also lends its own challenges when it comes to its voice, because Pikachu's name is the same around the world, but Eevee's isn't, so the voice actress that they did select, Aoi Yuki, had to record different cries for each language. But she is being directed by the sound director of the anime. And Pikachu and Eevee have so much of a focus that they even have their own motion designer dedicated to them. There was initially only one designer dedicated to both of them, but that designer actually suggested bringing in another so we didn't have to split his love. Which makes a certain amount of sense since you want each of them to shine equally. Now, when dealing with Pokemon, it's possible that two Pokemon of the same level will have entirely different CP. And CP values are only there so fans can better understand the strength of their Pokemon. So they might have a Squirtle with CP of 70 or a Squirtle with CP of 120, and they're still level 7, so you might want to naturally go to the one with CP of 120 because it indicates that it is stronger stat-wise despite being the same level. It's a quick and easy way to view it, much like in Go. Even more interesting is the further details on Alolan Pokémon, which can't be caught in the wild in Let's Go. But you won't need Go to catch them either. You can do that, but there will be another way, though they don't want to reveal it yet. And this might be nothing, it might just be a little wink and a nod, but he does say that if you catch all the Pokemon in the Kanto region, something good is bound to happen. So that has a lot of potential. Otherwise, he did make a quick mention to the 2019 title, and he did reiterate that it will truly be a game for those who are fans of the core games. It's not going to be like Let's Go. It's going to be something more along the lines of Sun and Moon. Otherwise, he feels that you can enjoy Let's Go without Go, but Go increases the scope of the experience. So yeah, some interesting details in there, some further insight into the design mentality of these games. So again, if you want to check it out, we'll have a link to it in the description below. You can read the full thing there, but otherwise, what do you think of this? Does it make you more excited for Let's Go, more understanding of its features? Or have you still just written it off completely? Let us know in the comments, and of course be sure to subscribe to GameXplain for more on Pokemon and other things gaming as well. Until next time, bye.